I put I paid people to put GoPros in like a bag of Lay's chips pointed at, because I tried to get Walmart to give me the security camera footage and they wouldn't. So I put hidden GoPros in a bunch of random Walmarts just to point it at the Feastival bars. They didn't do anything wrong.
Do you know how atypical that is, what you've just said? That you put GoPros
Yeah, people told me I was crazy. The amount of people who tried to tell me that was illegal, I was like, bro, I don't care. I just need to know why my bars are breaking. Like, I'll delete the footage.
Ladies and gentlemen, the MrBeast situation just got worse, and that is something we haven't said in quite some time, because for the most part, ever since the whole MrBeast fiasco from last year, he made out like a bandit. Until recently, he appeared on a podcast and said some pretty unhinged things. And now this is from a podcast called The Diary of a CEO. Now, I'm not familiar with him, and that's not any shade to them. I just personally don't watch many podcasts, right? If it's not the Haktua Girls podcast, I'm not watching it. Obviously, that's a joke. She sucks. But I don't watch many podcasts, right? I work a lot. I do a lot of YouTube. I do my own thing. I'm on the grind. And this is a podcast that obviously they interview a bunch of famous people. They talk to very wealthy people, people that are, run businesses, people that make millions of dollars. And MrBeast, aka Jimbo Donaldson, was on it recently. Now, this kind of went under my radar, and it probably went under a lot of your radars, again, because I don't watch podcasts. And two, I just really haven't been keeping up with Beast. I haven't really heard anything about him, except in this podcast where he talked about some pretty crazy things like what went down at Beast Games, and the fact that he may have committed a crime, and he basically admits to it and says he doesn't care because he's all about making them Benjamins, making that money. And let's just get right into it.
This is an old team in Feastivals. I would tell them, like, there's too many broken bars. When I go into Walmart, I'm seeing too many that are broken. They told me, like, you're worrying about this too much. It's not that big of an issue. It happens to everyone. And I got to the point where it was just pissing me off because I hated like grabbing a bar off the ground or seeing on the shelf all these like shattered chocolate bars that I put I paid people to put GoPros in like a bag of Lay's chips pointed at, because I tried to get
completely sane behavior. That's what I do. If I want to monitor my food, instead of, checking the metrics and seeing like how things are selling, how things are being purchased and how product is moving and whatnot, instead of just seeing that, or maybe giving the product to some reviewers to try out and review and, giving their experience and like details on how the product's going, I'm going to put a surveillance device and chips across the aisle over here, even though it seems like Walmart refused to allow him to see their cameras. He's like, you know what, I'm just gonna do my own thing, which is just absolutely absurd. And it's funny that he decided to admit this on, again, a podcast with a dude with 9 million subscribers. Kind of wacky.
Because I tried to get Walmart to give me the security camera footage and they wouldn't. So I put hidden GoPros.
Yeah, so he basically admitted Walmart said no, and he was like, oh, well, I guess I'll just do it myself. I'll do something puts his Thanos glove on, snaps into a Slim Jim Feastable. Only MrBeast, only Jimbo.
Pros in a bunch of random Walmarts just to point it at the Feastable bars just to see why are they fucking breaking so much. There's so many shots of like, like a mom grabbing a bar, and then she'd be looking at it literally like this, and then you just see the box just go, and and it would just fall off the shelf, and then they just put it up, and some of the bars would be broken, and it would just happen over and over and over again because
this rocket scientist put surveillance cameras inside of a Walmart or whatever stores else he's done this in. He's put surveillance cameras to spy on customers without Walmart's consent, even though they denied him the ability to see their own surveillance cameras, just to see a box fall, right? This genius didn't think, maybe if I have the chocolate, let me drop it on the floor. Okay, so every time I drop it, it shatters into a bunch of pieces. Maybe I should put some lines in it like every other chocolate company in the world does. No, we can't do that. That's crazy. Maybe the box is falling. Because, like none of this happened when he was like in production or like developing the boxes, I guess, somehow. And so his first thought is like, I'm going to go potentially break the law, violate, the terms of what Walmart has told me, them not allowing me to see the cameras and whatnot. I'm just going to do things on my own accord to find out something that I believe anyone with a brain would be able to figure out. Again, how do you start a chocolate company and not notice every single other chocolate bar has these little cuts? Every little Hershey's bar, every little Kit Kat breaks in half, Twix bar breaks in half, Hershey's breaks in like 8 pieces. How do you start a company and not realize? This is probably how this doofus ended up dropping Moldlies or Lunchlies and everything was moldy, right? Because he's doing things based on what he's like. This is going to be awesome. The kids are going to love this. The kids love chocolate. The kids like chocolate. The kids like hamburgers. The kids like Lunchables. And all of these ventures have failed, right? Kids don't want the Feastables, healthy chocolate that tastes gross, that obviously, like you say, breaks. Again, I don't care. If I find chocolate and it's the only thing on the shelf, I'm buying it if I'm craving it, right? It sucks that's broken, but it is what it is. That is probably why Feastables wasn't selling. Am I going to pick up this broken little Feastables bar that probably tastes gross? Or am I going to go with something like a Kit Kat, something like a Hershey's, something I've already known and have had for the past 100 years, right?
We didn't engineer the boxes correctly. They didn't do anything wrong.
Do you know how atypical that is, what you've just said? That you put GoPros.
Yeah, people told me I was crazy. The amount of people who tried to tell me that was illegal, I was like, bro, I don't fucking care. I just need to know when my bars are breaking.
Oh, well, he said it. There it is, guys. Wrap it up. Close the video down. He says, people have told me, that's maybe illegal, right? I don't care. I want to make money. I don't care. I'm MrBeast. If something's illegal, I'll just pay Keemstar and Drama Alert to post about me 5,000. No. It's crazy. I looked into it. I don't think that technically it's weird because I don't know if there's a law saying like you cannot put surveillance cameras of your own inside of a store. I mean, it's kind of like a common sense, right? Like, I think if a cop were to like catch Jimmy or MrBeast putting a camera at, Walmart and like the cops got called, they would just be like, you can't do that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think there's a specific law, but it's also not like completely illegal. Like, they'd probably just kick you out and be like, don't do that. That's stupid, right? That's probably like the fullest extent of that law or whatnot. But yeah, if it was illegal, I wouldn't disbelieve it. It makes complete sense why it should be. There's a reason why a store has its own surveillance. You shouldn't be putting your own GoPros, hiring your own people to come and basically do surveillance of the store to monitor your own product. It's just very weird. Because again, you're MrBeast selling chocolate. It's not like you're, selling rifles, selling ammunition. You're not, selling electronic products in the hundreds and thousands of dollars. You're selling chocolate bars. And apparently your social experiment here was to just see why they're breaking. Absolute bananas stuff.
And so I did a bunch of just data, and so there's a company called Acosta where you can pay people to go into Walmart. So then I started paying where every week I would send someone into every single Walmart in America to buy all the broken bars, fix up the boxes. It's pretty expensive. I think it's like $100,000 just to send someone into every single Walmart to clean them up. $28 a pop times 5,000.
Jesus, all that to say, you could have paid me to just go stare at the box all day. And then when I touch it, I say, oh, it falls. Gravity. You paid people, 5,000 different people, I'm assuming, because 5,000 Walmarts, to just watch a box fall. This guy's smoking that Logan Paul pack, dog. Now, I checked out this Acosta company just to kind of look into them. If Jimmy says that you got to do a little research, make sure they're A-okay. And this company seems pretty reliable. As someone who's worked in retail before, like, I know these are vendors. They go into the stores to like make sure everything looks presentable. They'll face the labels to the customer, things like that, marketing things. And so like the first thing you see once you go into a store is like, oh, I'll see the Campbell's, right? Oh, like here's all their trusted brands, Coca-Cola, right? They're going to make all the Coca-Colas look nice and no broken boxes. There's not some with like the lids falling off and the soda spilling all over the place, right? Obvious things like that sometimes like things get missed by the retail associates, right? Mr. Nugget over there getting $1 an hour, right? He's not going to fix up the Campbell soups. He's not going to fix the Bush's beans, right? So this is a real company, right? No shade to Jimmy on this part, but essentially this is like a vendor company that goes into stores and works with this company. So I'm assuming, Jimmy gives these people, $28 an hour? It probably takes about an hour to go inside the store, fix all the Feastables, throw away the trash, and that's it, right? So that's where the numbers coming from. That's where the metrics are coming from. No shade to Acosta. Keep up the solid work, my friends. And that's where I think I'm going to wrap the video up. Now, the rest of that podcast, of course, is just Mr. Beast kind of stroking his own ego, bragging about like the success of the Beast games and how he's lost, millions of dollars and whatnot. So if you want to go watch that, go check it out. It's going to be linked down below. Regardless, it is very interesting that Jimmy chose a podcast that possibly 9 million people could see based on the guy's subscribers to basically admit to what could be a crime, right? And to just so nonchalantly be like, oh, well, I want money, right? It's not really a surprise, but it is a surprise. You know what I mean? I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you learned a little bit of something. Remember, go check the video out. And as always, do your own research. Don't just come to conclusions. Don't just assume, Mr. Beast is like the next big, most wanted, FBI most wanted list, right? Because I don't know. Again, I don't know if this is legal. I couldn't find anything concrete, but you might be able to. So let me know down below if you do find something. But I appreciate you watching. Peace out, my friends. Bye.